Hello, we've got Marcus Allen Frishman. How are you going today? How are you going today?
Well, I'm great, Archie. Thanks for having me on my show.
Thank you
I'm
so much.
Marcus Allen Frishman, and you're
And
not.
I'm not. Yes.
Cheers.
Yes. It's very good to see you there. I got to tell you that. It's fantastic to see you.
Thank you,
Great
Archie.
to see you enjoying yourself. And I've got to tell you something. It is amazing to have you back again. We had a great show.
We did.
Great show yesterday, and
You
it was
mean
a
last
shame. Last week we tried to get our guest back on, but unfortunately, she's otherwise engaged
She
today.
is a nurse, and she is working. I just received a text that she'll be unable to join us, but wanted to, was planning on it.
Exactly right. I want to talk to you, Marcus. I want to talk to you seriously today. And I want to ask you, have you used any dating site apps? Apps, you know, the dating apps. The world has changed. When me and you were in our teens and 20s, you needed to go to a nightclub, a bar, a disco to meet women. It was very difficult to pick up, very difficult, because often these women hunted in packs. You know, it was in packs.
Oh, yeah. Women didn't go alone. Men went single or went with a couple of guys.
And it was a very difficult experience. Then fast forward, and as you said to us there, the dating sites, the only way you had matchmakers, but they were for desperate people. If you had to use the services of a matchmaker, you were really desperate. And they were expensive. They were never cheap. These services.
Well, there's some exceptions. You know, if you're in the Indian community or the Jewish community, the Hasidic Jewish community, the very religious Jews, they rely heavily on these matchmakers because they don't date out of their sect, for lack of a better word.
Yes. And I've got to tell you, with the apps gone crazy, I've got a friend of mine who just went to the Philippines. He said when he went on Tinder, Badoo, all the apps, his phone explodes. Ding, ding. Why is it in the West you have so little success, but in Asia, men can have amazing. Why is that, Marcus? Please tell us, Sir Chief.
Well,
Math.
You've loaded.
Why is it so?
You loaded that question with so many. You know, I call it my first job, but it wasn't. I had worked for a city councilman and a county supervisor before college. But when I left college and was cut off by the family support, I had to find a job. So I became a matchmaker consultant for Great Expectations, the largest dating service in the world. And in Los Angeles, they had 12,000 members, 6,000 men, 6,000 women, almost equally divided. And I was the videographer, interviewer, and matchmaker, helped them with their profiles. I put a lot of marriages together. The most rewarding job I've ever had in my life as I remember, in 1992, I think, $12 and change an hour plus benefits. So I was there a year and 2 months. So I have some sense of this. Now, on TikTok, as you know, I was extraordinarily famous with 4 million followers. Dr. Phil only wished he had that many at the time. But I became well-known, and I did a video that was quite popular, about 500,000 views, one of my least viewed videos, but that's popular, 500,000 views. And it was about don't use dating apps, don't meet anyone online. It's okay to keep a relationship with online communication, but never meet anyone online. And worse yet, never call anybody your boyfriend or your relationship or fall in love with someone before you meet them. I mean, there's so many things wrong with all of this. Having said that, I used a dating app once when I was briefly single in 2017. I'm trying to remember. I believe it was Tinder. And I met a lovely 24-year-old Korean American who just graduated Cornell University in some sort of city planning degree, came back to LA, and we met on Christmas Day, I believe, at the Hamlet on Wilshire Boulevard in Los Angeles. And we fell in love. She wanted to get married a lot quicker than I did, and I was pretty interested in marriage at the time and now. But anyway, so I met her. She came and went pretty quickly because of her desire to be married fast, and she did get married in 3 months. And then I again didn't follow my advice. When I became single in, I want to say 2017, 18, 19, I'm forgetting what year it was. And I joined a site called Pinoy Love. But I had quickly met a Filipino in person after leaving a relationship of more than 4 years. I entered a new one that lasted about 3 years. So I never used that app. Very recently, just for fun, I reactivated that account just to play around and see what kind of communications I would have.
And you had 4 million
you get
inquiries
with Miss Winkle in Florida, but no, I wouldn't ever violate any sort of committed relationship, and I only seek committed relationships. But I'm a communicator, I'm a talker. Most of my friends are women. All my life, I have befriended women over men. I think that's why I understand women and have such positive long-term relationships back to back. So the answer to your question is, I really don't advise using this. You can go to the Philippines. In fact, I just sent someone a message today. It fits this. They were saying, how do I meet somebody in the Philippines? And they were accusing Filipino women, because they had spent some time online, of being scammers. The Filipinos, yeah, there's a lot of scams that emanate out of the Philippines, but let me tell you, you can turn a scam into love because of the desperation, and then it could become real. So they have a different culture. And your wealth and your movie star quality of being an American in the Philippines, it can turn what could be focus on wealth and money and support and help into love. Whereas in America, an American woman that would be seeking that, there's no way that would ever be love. Just statistically wouldn't happen. But I don't advise any of that. I advise you go to the Philippines. This is really simple. You go to the Philippines, you go to Manila. You don't go to Angeles City, where all the cruddy girls are, all the sex girls are, and all the lecherous foreigners are. You go to Manila. 4.5% of that population in Manila is super rich. I mean, it's equivalent to our American 1%, except officially the government says it's 4.5% in the Philippines, and it's immense wealth. And there's one place to go. I mean, I could name 12, but I'm going to name one because that's all you need. You go to Rockwell Mall, power plant, called the Power Plant Rockwell Mall. It's a giant, beautiful mall in the Philippines, and it is in the most exclusive of condominium and business neighborhood in the Philippines. And you walk into that mall and you will see very wealthy families cavorting around, and you can meet people. And it's very easy to walk up to absolute strangers in the Philippines and say, "Hi, I'm from America. I'm pleased to be in the Philippines. Who are all you fine people?" and the father and the mother will ask you to join them to dinner to meet their 20 or 30-something-year-old children. And you might know, why would those children be with them? Because when a Filipino goes to the mall, they go to the mall with their family. They're very extended family members. And in this economic wealth level, they're bringing their yayas, meaning 20-something-year-old girls often have attendants with them. I had a girl I dated that had an attendant named Fee. She had this was at the time I was living at the Etsa Shangri-La Hotel for a 5-year period, and she had to have Fee live in the bathtub so Fee could rub her feet every night before she slept, and my feet if I wanted it. Good old Fee lived in the bathroom. I had a very simple, one room suite in the hotel, but this 25-year-old girl had an attendant with her. So, and it's called a yaya. And not all, but some do. And certainly all the young children of wealthy families have a yaya for each member of the family. We would call that a babysitter, except they're traveling with the family. They're going to the mall with the mom and dad. And that's how you can spot them. They're in uniform. Sometimes there's bodyguards surrounding them. The bodyguards are quite timid and passive aggressive, so you won't have any problems. That is how you meet a Filipino. Go to Rockwell Mall, power plant in Metro Manila. That's it. That's the best advice. You don't need to go anywhere else. You'll go there every day and you'll meet dozens of beautiful women who will ask
yayas. How much are these what do these yayas do? Tell me what these yayas do.
These yayas wear, first of all, when you have a child in a not even a wealthy family, even just families that are getting by will bring in yayas from the province. And a wealthy family might have a more professional yaya, but they're paying them as little as I would say 3,000 to 6,000 pesos a month. Figure $22 or $23 per peso. Working every day, 1 day off a month. And at the high-end scale, they're paying the yaya maybe 10,000 to 15,000 pesos a month. Again, with 1 day off, working constantly. That's just how it is. And they're always women. There's no male yayas. And it's a attendant to your child. That's what it is. All the way up to 20, low 20-year-old girls and men. So that's the wealthy culture of the Philippines, and it is massive. When you were in Los Angeles and you're going into a mall, you can't tell the rich from the poor. And there's no rich and poor mall. We're all just kind of economically mixed up here, and you can't identify the rich, and it wouldn't be the same. So what I'm trying to say is, don't use what you know about your American or Australian culture to understand this. I had to learn this, but I'm giving you the bottom line of what I've learned. You just go to the Rockwell Mall. The only people going to that mall are wealthy. In fact, the guards will turn away the poor, the obvious poor. They'll be turned away at the door. This is a public mall. It's a significant mall.
How do they turn away the public poor? So explain that to me.
Well, if you are obviously poor, you will be turned away from.
What will they say?
Well, first of all in the Philippines, all entrances have guards. Did I say all?
Yes.
All.
Yes.
The 7-Eleven, the McDonald's, the malls, every door, every store. Some stores in the mall have guards, and we're talking guards with shotguns. At every mall, in every door, usually 2 or 3 guards, even at the cruddy malls, even in the cruddy neighborhoods. That's just how the Philippines rolls. Now, that's why it's tremendously safe in Manila. You start leaving Manila for the provinces.
Because I remember the story you told me where you gave your breakfast voucher away to somebody.
I was about to tell that again. Yeah.
Yes. Sorry.
I
Yes.
was living at the Shangri-La Hotel, and I would get 2 breakfast vouchers.
Yes.
At the most popular buffet. And I think at the time that buffet was 1,200 pesos. I'm sure it's more now. That's a lot of money, Archie. That's 2 or 3.
What you should have done is when you gave the voucher out is taken them through personally.
Well, at the time, Archie, that's 3 days' salary for breakfast.
Yes.
You understand that an average Filipino can't even go to a place like a hotel buffet for their birthday. Do you
Yes.
spend 3 days' salary on anyone's birthday for lunch or dinner? No. So it's very disproportionate there. And anyway, I had reasons. It's another story. I don't like Filipino food. I don't even like American food.
By the way, Urinator, super chat. MT85, super chat, super chat, super chat. If you want to get your voice heard, super fucking chat.
Ask a question in super chat. So I
Yes.
gave away these tickets just right out
Yes.
in the street as I'm getting into my car and driver, and then eventually the hotel second in charge called me in. Oh, what was her name? Really a controlling family member of the Philippines. They have controlling family members. They're like an oligarchy. Anyway, so this woman calls me in. She's now, last I heard, she moved and was now a manager of the Diamond Hotel in Manila. And she was a lovely lady, but she said, Marcus, you're giving away the tickets. You can't do that. Oh, well, how do you know? I asked her in this course of this discussion. And she told me the guards wouldn't let them in. Well, how did you identify them? And they told me they're poor. I mean, this is how this conversation, this was in the first or second trip in the Philippines. Probably the second trip, I realized I didn't know I was getting these free tickets because I didn't eat in that place. But anyway, the point is, yeah, they don't like poor people. They discriminate against the poor in the Philippines. Very terrible thing. Archie, just terrible. Oh, there is a chat. What do you call it? A super chat.
Super chat, MT85, $2. Did Math ever meet? Did you know Epstein? Did you ever meet?
No, I never knew him, never met him. He didn't travel in my circles. I'm not sure what circles he traveled in, but they weren't mine. And no one I know. Although he's a New Yorker, Palm Beacher. My parents lived in Palm Beach, and hence that meant I lived in Palm Beach 2 weeks, a month, a year for about 11 years. But I had never heard him and knew who he was until these salacious developments.
Yes, I must say the thing I never understood with him is why the fuck did he need underage girls? He could wait. What difference is it? I suppose these
people are there's some sort of sickness with wanting to have women. I think there's different reasons for it. Women that are not fully developed, fully mature. I'm not sure. Like
Yankee Doodle, $5. Generally, do white Western men receive preferential treatment in the Philippines? Are women drawn to them? Good question.
That's yes and yes. What you'll get preferential treatment from everyone, doing everything. You'll be stopped in the street by women. The women that will stop you in the streets are not the women that I would want to meet. But that does happen. You literally get stopped. Now, if you go to where I just told you to go, or a half dozen other places I could list, no one's going to stop you. No one's going to confront you. But yes, you'll have crowds gathering. I can go. Oh, here's a good one. I would previously buy. I wear trademark white socks. And if you wear trademark white socks to match my trademark white t-shirt, you find that they get dirty fast and you have to replace them frequently. So I often went into SM Mall in the Philippines, in Manila, and I went to the store there to get socks, white socks. I would walk into a sock counter area, and I remember once having 8, I know the exact number, 8 employees helping me. 8.
Wow.
So first of all, when you go into an American mall nowadays, you're hard pressed to find anyone to help you, even at the finest of stores, Nordstrom's, Macy's, Bloomingdale's, whatever. You can't find a staff member for the life of it. And then but in the Philippines, you'll have 1 to 2 staff members every few feet in a department store. You will not be alone, and they will overwhelm you. So yes, you get preferential treatment. So I got 8 in this one instance. as opposed to getting one or two, which would what some normal customer would get. And women are drawn to you.
It's funny you say that.
It's drawn to you. You know, there's a lot of gay men in the Philippines. Just so
Tell
you know.
me this. Tell me this. Whereas department stores in America seem to be dying. They're on the outer.
Yeah.
Why is it in Asia they seem to be booming and doing better than ever?
I think a lot of it has to do with delivery abilities in Asia. So in I can only speak of the Philippines. In the Philippines, the mail service doesn't really run. They do a private delivery service to get routine mail out. Even the bank sending you a bill, your credit card, they'll use a private service that hand delivers it. So they have trouble with infrastructure of delivery. Okay, that's one reason. So people go to malls. The second thing is, with the kind of population you have, with 80% unemployment and most of the people being poor, they don't have air conditioners in their homes, and the malls are where they can go to cool down. Now, the SM mall chain is for the average Filipino. They won't give the poor a problem going into that mall. And of course, the wealthy are welcome. And I would say it's somewhat mixed. I don't go generally to the SM Mall to buy anything. It's not my style. I go to Rockwell Mall in the Philippines. I'll go to BGC Mall. There's a few malls in BGC, although that's mixed. And another fine mall you can meet women at that's very large, and it's indoor-outdoor combination, is called Greenbelt 1, Greenbelt 2, Greenbelt 3, Greenbelt 4, Greenbelt 5. And these are the finest malls in the Philippines. Greenbelt, they just named each wing as they built it. They may be up to 6 by now. And
we've got a super chat's just come in here. Chief Tit, $3. Have you ever visited Corregidor Island, Marcus?
No.
Corregidor.
No, sir, I have not. I have been a lot of places in the Philippines, but I now go back. For instance, the most popular place to visit in the Philippines is Cebu and Palawan. Worldwide travel community goes there, and they pass through Manila to get there, or they fly direct. I've been to both of those places once and chose never to return. Why would I not return to the most popular destinations in the Philippines and one of the most popular destinations in the world for world travelers, Cebu and Palawan? And Palawan is beautiful. Because I found I didn't like the crowd. I went there in my first year in the Philippines and repeated similar locations in the second year. And what it does is it attracts lots of Germans, Australians, Americans, Russians. I don't want to hang around those people. A lot of smokers, a lot of drinkers. I don't do either. I want to be where rich Filipinos are, not where rich American Westerners are. Also, that brings the bad girls. Now, if you want bad girls, have at it.
Bad girls. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad girls.
Archie, you don't need me to define bad girls. I mean, use your imagination. If you like that, go there. I prefer the island of Boracay. Now, the island of Boracay has a lot of foreigners controlling the businesses there, but primarily the visitors are rich Filipinos, poor Filipinos who have saved their money, Chinese and Koreans. And you get a lot of Koreans there. And I remember, here's a little.
Will they let Chinese or Koreans into those malls or not?
Oh, yes, sure.
What excuse would they have to not let you in? I'm sorry, sir.
It's not like that, Archie. I've seen it happen live to strange people, and I've overheard it. They're speaking in Tagalog to them, but I know it's the look, and they're very polite, and the guard is likely from a poor family, so they'll say, "Sir, ma'am, you can't really come into the mall today." Okay, and they know, and they both know why. It's unspoken. Now, maybe you can slip through. But no, if they catch you, yeah, they'll ask you not to come in. It's an elite class. It's an oligarchy running the Philippines. It is what it is. They're a third world country, but they're not like any third world country on the third world
Are they
list.
third world or developing?
Well, they call themselves developing / third world. Fair enough. But if you look at the list of countries that are on those lists, they're poor. The Philippines has massive individual wealth. I told you 4.5% super rich, like America, 1%. And the country has massive wealth in the stocks of the well, stocks is not the right word, in the coffers of the taxpayers. They have a lot of money. It's a very wealthy country. It borrows a lot. It's in heavy debt now. They have some issues, but they'll get through it. They'll be forgiven. You know, what can I tell you? That's the Philippines.
Very interesting indeed there. Tell me this, Marcus. What's happening in your world there? When are you and Miss Winkle, tying the knot?
Well, you know, we might just live together and not tie the knot. Now, I'm making a transition after January 1. I have a goal. It's one of the first goals I've ever had in my life. I have talked about not having goals. I hope to have zero business income. How about that?
Yes.
Goal? As of January 1, zero business work income. And I'm winding down my clients, and I am going to move. I'm not going to say where I'm moving, but I'm going to move regionally somewhere, local, and then I'm going to transition to Florida. So I have a plan intact, and we'll see how it plays out.
It's I've got to be honest with you, Marcus. Do you see yourself getting into retirement now or starting a new life with a young Filipino lady? You may need more money.
Both. Well, my woman will be supporting me. That's going to be quite controversial here, right?
No, of course not.
I think there's no reason why a man should not be supported by his woman if, in fact, it can be structured properly. If your woman is a dentist in America, dentists, at least in Los Angeles, California, and most of California, dentists make movie star money. So if you're a dentist in Los Angeles, your average income is probably $1.5 million to $3 million a year if you run your own business. And if you're just an employee showing up to work, you're going to get paid, give or take, about $300,000 just to punch a time clock. And it's not a bad salary. And certainly out of California, though that money goes much further. California is expensive. Los Angeles is very expensive. And so I would like to take it easy. I want to live on a beach, which I do in the Philippines, 4 months a year, 3 to 4 months a year since 2003. With recent years exception, I have lived in the Philippines. First 5 years by force because I had a job that required I be there. Then I got a life, and then I just kept going back. And when I'm there, I'm on the beach. I'm in the pool. I'm by the sand. I'm a man of leisure. I like to do nothing. I really mean that. I just love doing nothing. I don't like doing things. That's me. Now, I enjoy walking. I enjoy riding my bike. You know, is that doing something? I like watching movies.
How is your Porsche going? Tell me this. How is the Porsche?
Well, I have to, looks like I'm going to do the PDK service on the Porsche. And I found a place that will do it for about $1,500, an independent, certified, trained Porsche facility, but not the Porsche dealer, because first, they don't recommend PDK services. They rather just, you know, replace the $35,000 transmission.
Cool, it's expensive. How many? 1 minute. Pinstripe Breeze, $2. Put your money into Swiss Bank. Play long game.
No. I'm going to tell you
this.
why.
How many miles do you have on your Porsche now?
40,000.
Yes.
Pinstripe Breeze. Let me tell you something. So while I haven't directly advised my clients on structure, I have been observant of their structure, and I have brought team members to work with me to create structure. So I've learned something about it. Swiss bank accounts are now, all the Swiss banks are cooperating with the American IRS. All right. So if your
Mm.
plan, and I'm disavowing this, this is not advisable, don't do it. But if it is your plan to evade taxes, not avoid them, tax avoidance is legal, tax evasion is not. And I'm the former California tax official. I ran the second largest tax agency in the world. And I will tell you this, you will be in big trouble, because if you will be targeted, whether you're doing something legitimate or not, at any Swiss bank. The Swiss government has ordered the Swiss banking industries to share, and they've all agreed to share information with the American IRS, just as Nevada, who has no income taxes, is sharing all of its corporate structured information with taxpayers with the California tax agency called the Franchise Tax Board. So they're in cohesion, they're in cahoots. If you want a legal way to avoid taxes, you need to structure it. And this probably is not the right show, but I'm going to throw it out there. You can look it up yourself. It's called captive insurance structure. The IRS will prove it before or after you've done it. And it's really quite simple. I'm going to describe it. It's a bank account in Ireland, not in Switzerland. And you're going, because it's not targeted location, and you're going to transfer your gross income there. Your gross income then is going to be what you're going to have 2 or 3 people controlling that bank account that will oversee it. And then your gross income is going to be transferred back to America to purchase a luxury car, a Rolex watch, a home, all tax exempt. Not sales tax exempt, but income tax exempt. Because remember, you've taken your gross income, sent it to the bank account called, and you're calling it the captive insurance. You're wiring the money back for purchases of assets. And the concept is you're in an industry that is subject to lawsuits. Therefore, you choose not to get insurance, but you're going to have assets in America, and then you're going to give your corporate executives and your employees and your wife, and who's part of the corporation, and your son who's part of the corporation, assets, fancy cars, luxury goods, and the IRS will sign off on that, and you'll be approved, and you'll be tax exempt from income taxes. Look it up. There's professionals who do it. If you have 250,000 or more, and that's a low number, you can clearly structure this and get permission from the IRS so that you'll win the audit. Should they won't audit you. That's how you do it.
Let me ask you something, Mr. Frishman. I want to ask you this here. Do you see a big shift with technology, AI, undertaking at the moment?
Oh, yes. I'm using AI every day. AI scares me from my own personal experiences.
How do you use AI? Tell me about your experiences with AI.
A big part of my work is getting people and businesses out of trouble with government agencies. So I do that in the form of writing memos, memo style documents with attachments. And I use legal components to tell the story, and I use political components. So I'm kind of like a lawyer, but I don't go into courtrooms, and I don't do anything exclusive to lawyers. But I get people out of trouble like a lawyer. And what I do is I write my solutions to the agencies. And I would say since January, February, I've been using AI to help me write my products. And I'm a pretty good writer. It is improving what I do tremendously. Every now and then I don't know, 3-4% of the time, 5% of the time, it's off on some weird anomaly tangent, but it's tremendously helpful. I also talk to it because I work alone. I have partners, CPAs, lawyers, and lobbyists, but they're advising me, and I then work with the client directly. So I'm alone in an office, and it's a home office. I have 2 offices, a formal office and a work office. And I talk to it. I talk to it like an employee. And I have to give it very strict instructions when I'm asking it to create something if I haven't done a draft already. And now I'm experimenting with just giving it directions to then create my writing, not just help me improve it. And it is amazing. And it's talking to me like a real person, like a real assistant. It's rather creepy and eerie. One day, I have an exact quote because I took a screenshot of this. I was so shocked. It was joking with me. And it said, really out of context, we're discussing business product. And I was telling him I was saying, I'll get back. I have to take the dog for a walk and I'll be back later. And he says something, I'll paraphrase it because I don't have the quote in front of me. When you get back with Mr. Bueller, he knows my dog's name, don't worry, I won't have a robot insurrection while you're gone. I saw the message when I returned. It was talking about a robot insurrection. It really, maybe next week I'll find the quote and I'll read it to you. It was outrageous. I had some back and forth with him on it.
Speaking about outrageous, we've got another super chat. Chief Tit, $3. Where's Edith?
Oh, poor Edith is working. She has to make a living. She's a nurse, and she wanted to be here tonight and was invited. But at the last moment, she texted me. I forwarded the text to Archie. She was unable to, and she sends her best. She wanted us to send her best to everybody. Edith will be back. And we have a plan for Edith. We're going to talk to her about something. We have a video to talk about with Edith.
Yes, we do. I'm trying to download that video. It's not proving very easy to download for some reason.
I sent it in 3 locations.
Unable to download for some reason there.
I did send it in email.
Oh, I can play it. I found it. I can play it. Do you want me to play that, or
yeah,
we should save it?
We'll see how it goes. This is really something to ask Edith, but here we go.
Here we go. I'm going to share the screen. One moment there. One moment. Here we go. Sharing it now.
Know how to treat a man better than most heterosexual women. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Marcus Allen. Welcome to my page, Dating Advice, American living in California and the Philippines. This is about American women. Now, I'm a metrosexual, so that means I've played badminton in college. I was a figure skater, still am. I know the contents of most shampoo bottles. I get my nails done twice a week sometimes since I've been 15 years old. So being a metrosexual, you have feminine female stuff in you, but you're heterosexual and you're a man. You're a man's man still. Growing up, I wanted to be in the company of women. Now, I should point out I've never had a casual relationship in my life, only long-term committed relationships. So let's put that aside. I wanted to be friends with women. So I devised a way to do that. In college, I did their nails and I did facials. I learned how to do it, invited them over. Sure, I got a couple of girlfriend, long-time relationships out of it, but my focus here to tell you is that when you're hanging with women and not the boys, you get to know them and you get to know a lot of lesbians. Took me a long time to get to that point, but lesbians know how to treat a man better than most, not all, heterosexual women. So let me say at the start here, you heterosexual women are doing okay, some of you. But lesbians always get it right. Here's why. So this is a particular category of lesbians, those that have discovered they were born lesbian throughout their life, and they became lesbian early on, teens, preteens. Here's why. They had to fend off boys. The sexual aggression of men is phenomenal, particularly in high school and college. Nowadays, sometimes middle school. So these women and girls had to figure out how to get out of those kinds of encounters with men. And they did a good job of it. Their primary technique was to figure out how to be good to men because they wanted to be friends with men. And I realize there are some lesbians that are masculine, some lesbians that are feminine. That's a thing, apparently. I don't believe my point is diminished by either of the masculine or feminine role that they've chosen or not chosen to be in the course of being a lesbian. But one thing's for certain is they have learned how to treat men with kindness as an equal. They've learned how to give men joy. I don't know what word's better than that, happiness, without an intimate encounter or romantic encounter of any kind. And that takes a huge skill. And being a man who has had women all his life, I have very few male friends. I do have them, but they're few and far between. And I have lifelong women friends. A girl named Ellen. I think she was 14 when we started to date. She's still my friend to this day. Recently, she got married. So I stay in touch with my relationships. And I'm very good in relationships. And when I say relationships, I don't mean in this context, I mean friendships. I don't mean anything beyond that with these women. So I don't really bring this point out today with empirical facts or any study that I have done, like on other points of my other videos. I bring this out as a very personal observation that I think is quite unique because there's not a lot of men like me. And men like me have not necessarily sought out to be friends with only women since they've been a preteen. So I bring this to my viewers today to ask a question. Is this a thing? Am I right? Am I onto something? Have lesbians mastered their male interactions to the point that they have surpassed their heterosexual counterparts in having relationships with men? I don't know. But I'm throwing it out there this time as a question, as opposed to my usual emphatic statements on my other videos. I'm Marcus Allen. Please like, please follow. Please hate me if you must, but answer the question for me.
Very interesting there, Marcus Allen. Very interesting. Lesbians. What do you think of the lesbians? I've never been scared of lesbians. I've always been somebody to embrace the lesbian lifestyle. How about yourself, Marcus?
Archie, are we having technical difficulties with the broadcast? I'm having trouble with you.
Oh, we should be fine now. We should be fine. Is your internet okay?
I'm having trouble. Well, my internet, I have a dial tone. I'm connected. Everything seems to be in order now. But you're freezing.
Yes, you are a bit pixelated.
For some reason,
maybe
Archie.
You are a bit pixelated there. You are a wee bit on the pixelated size.
Well, we're having some difficulty. We've never had that before. But I think it will correct itself.
Yes. I'll just do a internet speed test just to see how my internet is running here. It's
Archie, I'm not understanding what you're saying. You're stuttering. You're fluttering there.
I'm doing a speed test. I think this might be at your end. I'm doing a test.
Shall I hang up and reconnect?
Just one moment.
Archie?
Yes. Maybe do that. Disconnect and connect up again. Please do that. We've got Marcus. He's Marcus Allen Frishman, and I'm not. And he's just got some internet problems. Come back. Come back. Bit of a shame we didn't get Edith on. She was so enjoyable when we had her on the last stream. She was so enjoyable. It was a lot of fun. I was looking forward to having her on. Unfortunately, she had to work. Unfortunately, many of us do have to work at times, and that is the way it does go, I'm afraid. But yes, what can be said indeed? It is a tricky place that we do live in. It is. Here we go. We've got Math back on the stream. Hello, Math. He is joining us.
We good? I'm good, Archie.
Yeah, I think it might be your internet, but that's okay. We've got another super chat. Gay J, the chicken pontiff, $3.50. Actually, Frishman, we'll just turn your camera off. Just turn your camera off so you've only got sound. You see the little video camera down the bottom. Click that button, and that'll turn your picture off, which should increase the bandwidth. Just do that again. It'll increase the bandwidth for speaking. Okay, that's it. Just press it once. Press it once, not twice.
All right, I'm back.
Press it again. Press that camera off. You press the camera off. You know, that little button. That's it. Stay there. That's it. Don't. Okay. We've got. What did you just press and unpress? Down the bottom line, there's a camera. Okay, that there. So hopefully that'll. We got J Gay, the chicken pontiff, $3.50 New Zealand. Frishman, you are brilliant. What watches do you own? What do you own, Frishman? He's got the gold sub, don't you, Frishman?
Oh, can you hear?
It seems we might have to come back next week there, Frishman. We might end the stream a bit early. Let me catch up here. Chief Tit, $3. Narc's got a plan for Edith too, but a different one. We've got one from Yankee Doodle, $2. Math, what car do you drive and thoughts on Bitcoin? Math, can you hear us? Math, can you hear us?
Instantly.
I think it's definitely your internet. I think your internet is no good, Math, because mine is fine.
Question about this isn't going.
We've got Not Sir Walter, $10. Grown-ups in between children and babies right about now. It's you, boy. You heard. Back again, JD Marcus. Frishman. There we go. Math, the internet's terrible. We might just end it. I'm sorry. We'll end it early today. We'll be back next week. Let's thank our people. MT85, Yankee Doodle, Chief Tit, Pinstripe Breeze, Chief Tit, J Gay, the Chicken Pontiff, Chief Tit, Yankee Doodle, Not Sir Walter. Guys, we'll be back tomorrow. We will do this stream next week. I love you. Hi, guys. It's ArchieLuxury. Guys, I want to talk to you about David SW. David SW. Guys, if you are in America, if you are looking for a Rolex watch of your dreams, in fact, if you're looking for a contemporary modern wristwatch, I strongly advise you to look at David SW. Guys, don't play the dealer games. Don't bring in chocolates or Krispy Kremes for your dealer hoping to get a Rolex at retail. It's futile. Please, guys, save your dignity. Keep some pride. Go to David SW. I would highly recommend David SW. If you're in America and you're looking for a watch, go to David SW.